So y'all been asking me about that Shield X. I'm here to pick it up. I don't know nothing about this. We're going to go straight out the box. We're going to learn about this pistol together. I'm here to get it, as I just said. So let's go inside and get this Shield X. Come on. All right, so the M&P Shield X. Let's see what the specifications say on the box. So it says Shield X 9mm 3.6 TS. So I'm assuming the 3.6 is a 3.6 inch barrel, and this is chambered in 9mm. So in the box, this is how your situation comes. Your pistol is nicely wrapped up. You do have an extra magazine. This is a 15 round magazine. It comes with 2 magazines. And we have a 13 round magazine. Now this magazine is a flush magazine, as you can see here. The pistol is clear. We do have a flag in that chamber. All right, it comes with 1 flush 13 round magazine, and it comes with an extended 15 round magazine that kind of gives you that full grip that I love so much. All right, so let's do a quick drop this slide and take this flag out. Pistol is clear. There is no magazine. Okay, first things first. This one is optic ready, and the front sight is a fluorescent yellow front sight, which I know I am going to enjoy so much. And the serrations on the slide. The serrations are not as aggressive. Come on, let Kevin get his phone. The serrations are not as aggressive as, let's say that Bodyguard 2.0, remember I was telling you, or even that carry comp, to where when I was actually engaging the slide, I pretty much cut my finger with that carry comp. This one is a much milder serrations in the front and the rear of the slide. Now this one does have a thumb safety. Let's see if we can engage that. It is a little bit tight, but I am able to engage that safety. We do have a not so pronounced slide drop. Let me see if I can drop that slide with my thumb. I cannot drop that slide, but we'll see when we put in the magazine, a loaded magazine, if I will be able to accomplish that. We do have a Shield X little tab right here, which just gives you extra information on here. Not nothing that we haven't talked about. And the trigger. Let's look at this trigger. We do have a kind of a smooth trigger safety on here and a wide trigger situation. So looks like this trigger is going to be nice and easy to engage. It does not give me that kind of like Glock safety trigger feeling that I get in my finger that makes me very fatigued, that I do not enjoy. Trigger guard does not seem too wide, but for a carry option, I think it would be pretty good actually engaging or reaching into that trigger to get that shot out. We do have some texturing on the front of that trigger guard. A nice, what would this be called? A nice, that has a name. I just got a brain fart. I'm gonna get back to it as soon as I remember. Situation, so where the actual the what? Indentation. It has a nice, but it's another word. It's a nice indentation to complete that grip, and it's not really rubbing against your knuckle. So that's also a plus. And we have our magazine release. Magazine release seems to be a little bit more pronounced, which is something that I am stickler on because I want quick magazine changes. And as you saw, that magazine release is nice and smooth. Texture on the grip, you have that regular standard Smith & Wesson texture on that grip, and it's mostly on the back side of that. So the side that kind of lays into the palm of your hand has most of that stippling and that rough texture, as well as against your fingers in the front. On the actual panels or the side of the grip, there's really nothing there. I don't know if they just got lazy or actually it feels pretty nice. The aggression is in the palm of my hand, and right where my fingers lay is smooth. So that feels pretty good in all actuality. So I'm not even mad at that. But that is how she looks. Quite simple. Yeah, simple and straight to the point. Thus far, I like it. I like it so far. Let me see what else comes in here. Nothing else really to talk about. So that is it. We know where we are. We know what we're doing. So the only thing left not to do is what? Suit them up so we can send them downrange. Just to give you just a little bit more. I'm sorry, we're going to suit them up in just a minute. But I felt like I kind of ripped you off because I usually tell you what the weight is. So this is 20.8 ounces in weight. I'm assuming that is the unloaded weight. The width of it is 0.9 inches in width. Woo, Kevy! And the height is 4.9 inches in height. So when we talk about height, we're talking about in this way. And then the width of it is less than an inch. So that is pretty, I think, a nice carry package. So this is a micro compact chambered in 9mm. And this is the Smith & Wesson Shield X.
Israeli Special Forces Uzis, and they were in our house. They were fully auto.
All right. So we have two different types of ammunition. We're going to try some laser as well as some Winchester white box and see how it likes what it is that we have. Now, you know, all of my reviews are usually straight out of the box, nothing to them, and we're going to see how it performs. I told you it came with two magazines. We have a flush 13-round magazine, and we have an extended 15-round magazine with the little pinky extension. Let's go in first with the flush magazine. Let's feel that out. Let me see if I can drop the slide with my thumb to engage that. No, I can't. So I guess we have to work it out before I can drop that slide. Now, this is the first time shooting this pistol. And this is the M&P Shield X, chambered in 9mm. Straight out of the box. Wow. This is the Blazer ammunition, 115 grain. Wow. Wow. If she keep this up, she might just drop into that rotation. That was nice. Let's look at this target. All right, so filling that pistol out. Wow, I wonder where these shards are coming from. Looks like I'm shooting a little bit towards the left. So now that I know this is my first time shooting this, I can actually drive my support hand just a little bit more to keep them a little bit more centered. But so far, this is nice. These two magazines, these last two magazines for this box, it's going to be Blazer 115 grain, and then we're going to go in with the Winchester white box and see if what happens. Wow. Let's bring that down. All right. My first shot always seems to be just not where it needs to be. But that is great. I'm going to reload my magazines with the Winchester white box. We're going to keep the same target, and we're going to keep riding out. If I fail to inform you, the magazines actually do load quite nicely. I did have to put a little bit of extra oomph to get the 13th round in that flush magazine. This 15 round magazine. The spring is nice and soft. So a good deal for me. Let's see if I can get 15 in there. One more for 15, and I can't. That's all right. All right, Winchester White Box. This is 115 grain as well. Flush magazine. Still can't drop the slide, but that's all right. And shoot. Ow, why did that come back and hit me in my head? Now, we was doing fine with Blazer. We done came and got this Winchester White Box bullshit, and it's already starting bullshit. We had no problem with Blazer. I like it. Let's get this reloaded. So we're now shooting that Winchester White Box that I really do not like. We did have a failure to eject, so we had a, kind of like a stovepipe that was actually caught right before the slide actually was able to, well, there was actually a round in there, but the actual ejection didn't happen fully. So let's speed up the shots a little bit. Yeah, we definitely putting a red dot on this. Yeah. Let's go talk about it. First impression in the hand felt great. First things first. Let me take this off because I'm hollering. First impression in the hand was awesome. Let's do a quick clear check. Pistol is clear and our magazines are empty. The Smith & Wesson Shield X is a wonderful shoot. The trigger was actually very nice and responsive. When I sped up my shots, I did have a continuous land on my target. When I did, because this is my first time shooting the pistol, I obviously grip my pistol the way that I would grip anything else until I see my first shots, what it is that it's doing, so that I know how to compensate my hands in order to get those shots where it is that I need to do. I did have to kind of adjust a little bit and kind of drive it a little bit more with my support hand. But once I did that, I did get those shots where I wanted them to be. The pistol feels good. The pistol looks good. All it is missing is a red dot, and I definitely want to put an additional 500-600 rounds through here to see if it would actually make my rotation to carry. That one failure that we had, that was from our Winchester White Box. It was a failure to eject. It actually had a stovepipe. I'm definitely going to blame it on the ammo. It was not the firearm. It shot 50 rounds of Blazer with no issues. Both of them were 115 grain. So I definitely feel like it was that white Winchester box that made that happen. The front sight, very nice. Actually presenting the pistol, the front sight was easy to find. Serrations in the slide was great. The actual aggression in the grip, I like it. I like the fact that the aggression is in the front and the rear of the grip, and actually where my fingers lay, it's a nice smooth texture. So it's aggressive where it needs to be, if that makes sense. I like that. I like it, like it, like it. Oh, I did not tell you that we do have some pick space underneath for you to write a light or whatever it is that you want to. Yeah, most definitely. The Smith & Wesson Shield X is 100% Yoke Gang approved. I love it so far. I love it so far. Let's see what happens after those first 600 rounds. So what did y'all think? What did y'all see? What did you think? What did you see? Let me know. Drop that in the comments. Do you have one? Let me know. Drop that in the comments. I'm interested to know how you feel about yours. So with that being said, Yo Gang, thank you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel just by watching this video. I really appreciate it. And you know I love it when things work, but I love y'all for life. Muchos besitos. Peace.